Hello everybody and welcome to Retribution Paladin. You run my intro. Hello everybody and welcome to Retribution Paladin Battlegrounds. These are the talents I'm going to be running. I prefer Zeal, Blade of Wrath, Fist of Justice. You can read those. Here's PvP talents, and the legendary I like to use is the Final Verdict legendary, which is pretty standard. My PvP item level is 227. I'm not the highest, but I'm also not the lowest. I'm actually probably right about the middle right now. Alright, so the first BG we got here is an Ultric Valley. I'm planning on doing an epic BG and a regular BG for this video. Let us get started. So, I have previously, in the current expansion, only done a Restoration Druid video on PvP. So this time we're going to be doing not only a DPS video, but a melee video. And I think melee is something that a lot of people don't fully understand what they need to be doing, because a lot of melee end up running in, they'll go super deep, and whenever they go super deep, they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm melee, I'm getting in there, I'm gonna do damage, I'm gonna kill the healers, I'm gonna do as much damage as I can. But the problem with that mentality is one of two things happens, or actually two things, both can happen. One, the healer's probably going to heal you like crazy, which means his mana is going to be drained super fast. And second, if they are noticing that you're outranging them, a lot of people will get tunnel vision and they kind of forget about their positioning, because especially when they're learning their new class, they're not really focused on their positioning and where people are. They're more focused on using their abilities and making sure people don't die. And what they'll do is they'll run forward, and when they run forward, they become targets as well. So that's two really bad things that happen whenever you run in like that. The best outcome is that you do kill the healer, or you do kill some people, but you and the healer still die. The worst outcome is you run in, no one dies, the healer also dies, and you basically wasted your time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to skip the first tower. I'm going to head down here to Tower Point and fight for this one. Ultric Valley is actually a really hard one to discuss positioning on and exactly what to do as a melee. Unless we get into a team fight situation, which can happen on this map. So we're going to head up here and actually see about killing this guy. So we've got at least one guy here. It's a warrior. We're going to run in, use our Sephram, pop our cooldown, our Toll, drop Final Verdict, do that, and then actually I'm going to bubble here, because we want to stay as deep as we can with our cooldowns up, and then just go ahead and take them out like that. So, if you're like me, there's a possibility that you still view bubble occasionally when you're choosing to use it as a defensive cooldown. But the reality is, nowadays, it's basically an offensive cooldown. So if you're going in and you're using all those abilities, you're setting up that combo, and you need to run, or you're in a situation where you're like, man, I don't know if I can take much more damage. Instead of running away, oh, I was hoping this guy wouldn't follow me. This guy's actually doing a ton of damage. We're gonna use all our holy power on just making sure we stay healed here. But yeah, instead of running away, just make sure that you use it to stay deep and get those kills. Now, that can change depending on your location. Like in arena, for example, it's debatable, especially in threes. If you're in threes, you might actually just want to save it for the defensive purposes. If you're in twos, you might want to go ahead and just use it for the offensive purposes. It all just depends. Oh no, they're trying to sheep this guy. It's just gonna heal him. He's full health now. Why did they do that? Here, I'm just gonna jump down and see if we can't get this guy to de-aggro. And while he's on his way, let's see if we can't get our health back up. He's gonna chase this, isn't he? I wonder how far he's gonna go. He's gonna go to the ends of the earth right now. Man, I just need you to reset. That's all I really need you to do. This is ridiculous. Come on now. Oh, we are almost to the tower. We are almost to the next tower. Would you go away? Thank you. Holy hell, that was ridiculous. All right, so let's take a look at the map and learn how to read this. A lot of people don't know how to read the map or understand exactly what's going on in this BG. So, looking at the map, there are 4 towers for the Horde and 4 towers for the Alliance. Basically, what those towers do is they do 2 things. 1, they affect how many reinforcements you have left. But first, let's help this guy just for fun, because I can't resist a good fight. So we're gonna go in here and get a good fight really quick. So what I like to do is I like to get 3 holy power, then do my combo. So here we go. 3 holy power, Sephiroth, cooldown, divine toll, final reckoning, and now look, all I gotta do is press, well, she already died, but all I would have to do there is press final verdict, and it would do a ton of damage. Here, it's not gonna do a ton of damage because we didn't hit this guy with the final verdict, but we still do a lot. Like, look how quickly we're melting this guy. Like, there you go, he's dead. So there's 4 towers, and they do 2 things. They affect how many reinforcements you have left. Is that that stupid kid? Whatever, you fight him, I'm not dealing with it. I keep getting interrupted. Yeah, so reinforcements, but the more important thing is they affect how much HP and how powerful the Horde and Alliance boss is. So, if there are 4 towers up, the Horde and Alliance boss, so the guys in, the guy up here and the guy down here, are going to basically one-shot anybody that gets near them, as well as have 4 AI, 4 NPCs, that are going to assist them in killing everyone. It's literally almost impossible to kill them. I think it's still possible. It's gotten a lot harder than it used to be. I remember there was an expansion where you could literally just run to the end. I mean, that's literally what the BG was. Run to the end and kill him, and who cares about the towers? Nowadays, that's just not the case anymore. Oh, and then this tower's dead, thank God. So let's get out of here through this commander. Whenever you kill a tower, like right there, we held that tower and it got destroyed. If you look at the top, look how much less reinforcements the Horde has now. So, if it got to a situation where we couldn't kill each other's commander, if the Horde reinforcements hit 0, they lose. But in killing the tower, we also severely weakened how hard the final boss is, the Horde boss. So, what we're trying to do is destroy at least 3. I would say right now, 3 is a solid number. Destroy at least 3 towers and then kill the final Horde boss. However, because of how graveyards work on this map, it's completely possible that you guys can't really get to each other's bosses because you'll have the Horde down here and the Alliance up here, and then you just keep meeting in the middle and you just keep attacking each other, and it's like impossible to get to each other's bosses. And that's when the reinforcements come in. Get this guy. Aw, I wanted the final kill, but I didn't get it. However, this one doesn't seem like it's wrapping up to be a reinforcement war. That's what I call them. I always call them reinforcement wars. Also, if you're going to play Retribution Paladin 10 out of 10, don't blow your cooldowns. It's so tempting to see one of your buttons off of like cooldown and just use it. Save it until they're all off of cooldown. You are going to get your kills and be the best when you're capable of using all 4. Which is why you can see in my Tell Me When here, I have all 4 tracked. Their positions on my Tell Me When are set up in a way that is just convenient for me. Don't look too into it. Alright, so like this guy right here, I'll show you. Sephiroth, cooldown, Divine Tell, Final Reckoning, and he's already dead. This guy right here, we'll do it on him. Well, we're not going to be able to do the full combo, but we still have a lot of damage right now because of everything we used. So he lived, but we did trigger his Cauterize, which is fantastic. The Monk, however, is going to do a lot of damage. We're going to use a lot of our... what is this? The File of Serenity and Healthstone here, as well as a shield. And we're just going to go back to our team. Like, don't be scared to go back to your team as a melee. I got a little deep there. I was too busy thinking about trying to show you what your abilities do and the order to use them in. But as a melee, let's talk about positioning a little bit. This is a good time where we could talk about positioning. If you look where they're at and where we're at, if I wanted to do damage, I'd have to get in there. And you saw that I almost died. I had to blow a lot to get out. So instead of doing that, move forward with your team. And if someone on their team decides to push forward, just attack that person. Otherwise, just stay up the front. Don't dive. Like this guy. Look how close he's getting. We can safely attack this guy now. But he backed up. I'm still gonna go in for the kill though. They don't have a lot of people here. And he's gone. It's so fun. It's so fun to do that combo. So they're getting behind us, which means we need to back up. So playing this way has a lot of benefits. It's not just beneficial to you surviving. It's also beneficial to your healer and your ranged. Because you're back here defending them now. If you're not deep, you're back here. And if you're back here, you're defending your ranged. You're peeling, you're attacking the people that are attacking them, and you're keeping them alive. So your melee position is extremely important. I hope that made sense. In the next BG, when we're not in an epic, it might be easier to tell what's going on. Alright, let's take a look at the map here. So we have a ton of people defending and not very many attacking. We're struggling to get to these two towers here, and they're struggling to get to these two towers here. So basically what this is going to be is either we are going to run them over and get these two towers, which will cause them to either overreact, or not overreact, but cause them to defend and come back and cause a reinforcement war. Or they're going to overrun us, and same scenario, but in reverse. So right now, if I had to guess, playing this BG as much as I've played it, this is going to turn into a reinforcement war. At first, it didn't look like it was going to, but the more that we're doing this, the more it's turning into one, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because they can last a very long time. The best thing you can do in a reinforcement war, by the way, and it's super undervalued, don't die. There's no reason to die. Cooldown, Sephiroth. I can't even get it off. There's too many people here. Honestly, that was a waste of CDs. Don't use your CDs if you're min-maxing unless you have to. But it's so fun that I find myself doing it even when I don't need to. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ooh, it was only a 5k. I expected higher. So they've killed two towers, we've killed two towers, but here's the difference. We're getting very deep into their base, and if you look at how many people are defending, they're gonna have trouble getting to those towers. If we can get to these towers and hold them, and they don't have the appropriate response to defend, we are going to win. We're in an advantageous position right now. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to win. There is an answer to what we're doing, and that's for them to come back. They have that recall toy, which will let them come back. Okay, we're getting too far forward. As I said, stay at the front of your team, but don't go past your team. And it's hard. You'll see me break the rule. You'll see me do it occasionally. You see the people, you want to attack them. But just try to stay at the front of your team. And if someone passes you... Oh yeah, I'm attacking into Karma, I'm an idiot. And if someone passes you, focus that guy. He's attacking your casters, your ranged, and healers, and we don't want that. Okay, front of the team, stay at the front. We're slowly moving forward. Use your peripherals. Alright, so this is a healer, so we're definitely going to drop our final reckoning on that guy. We're taking so much damage, and I'm dead. And I'm dead. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So where are we spawning? We're spawning about halfway up. Oh gosh. This is a rough BG. They are murdering us up top. They're actually pushing forward just as far as we're pushed. They even got a tower before us. So our advantageous position kind of shifted because we just assaulted their tower as well. So this is quickly becoming... I don't really think anyone's in an advantageous position. I honestly think that right now we're pretty equal. This is going to be very difficult. As you can see though, we still haven't gotten this fourth tower. But in reality, we don't have to get all 4 towers. In reality, we only need to get about 3, and we can probably kill the boss if most of the team is here. If most of the team isn't here, it's not going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot of graveyard getting and stuff. The Alliance is making their way down, except for the last few defenders. As they die, they're probably going to spawn down here, which means that they're all going to come down to the bottom. So this is going to come down to time. And when we decide to pull in our DPS versus when the Horde decides to pull in their DPS. The Alliance happens to have ended up on the bottom, and the Horde happened to end up on the top. Alterac Valley doesn't always end up that way. This is one of those special maps or matches where it's going to end the way that Blizzard wants it to end, which is we're taking the Horde keep and they're taking our keep. But it doesn't always end up like that. A lot of the time it ends up being a reinforcement war. And right now we're behind. If we do purely reinforcement war, we're behind. They took the towers quicker than we took the towers. So they can safely pull our boss quicker than we can safely pull their boss. But that's in a perfect world. It doesn't mean that they are going to be able to do it or like get together and all in and kill the boss how they're supposed to. Plus, we have a lot of defenders. Like, if you look around, there's almost no Horde here. Like, see how there's no Horde here? Look how many defenders we have. All of these people are causing the Horde time. And as you can see, we even defended that bottom tower. This is a lot closer than you'd think, actually. If I could see up here, I'd be able to tell you if we're in the lead or not. As of right now, since I can't see actually what this looks like, I can't tell you. It's close regardless. But I love how many defenders I'm seeing. That's a lot of defenders. A lot of people in the graveyard, though. That many people in the graveyard suggest they might take that graveyard soon. If they take this graveyard, then we'll know we're even. But since we have their graveyard, we're ahead. And the reason for that is because they're being forced to respawn up here. And where our defenders are respawning right here. If that makes sense. I hope that's making sense to you guys. Sometimes when I get to thinking about topics like that, I go off on little tangents and I don't realize it, and it can be very confusing. I hope it's making sense. So they have the towers, still don't have, oh, they got the graveyard finally. Okay, so all these people are gonna end up down here now, which is good. I think we're actually gonna pull and win here. It's gonna be close still, but I think we're gonna pull and win here. We need to go stop that warrior. That warrior's goal right now is to cap this tower. But with as many of us that see him and are going up there, I don't think he's going to be able to. But if he caps that tower, that'll slow down our pull time. Because if you remember, as I said, since each tower weakens the boss, that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. We need these towers to go down so the boss gets weaker and we can actually kill him. Which, if I had to guess, looking at the timers over here on the right, as soon as east goes down and then west. If we wait for west, that gives the Horde a huge opportunity to jump on our boss. I say we go right now. With that tower that just got destroyed out here, I say we need to go right now. This is an all-in situation. It needs to be. So you see how this has this little guy right here? You got the boss right here, Drekthar, and then you have this guy right here. Oh, we're going. Basically, that extra guy is because there's a tower up still. Oof. Oof, that damage. So I'm doing a ton of damage because I'm doing my combo on the boss, and I gotta be careful. Like, look how much damage he does to me. Isn't that... I muted my microphone. I'm dead. And that's with one tower left. The reason we decided to pull there instead of wait is because if... That right there. So, that's what I was about to explain. The reason we needed to go when we went was because since we had one tower left and the Horde had one tower left, even though we were ahead technically on the timer, the reason that we had to pull was because one tower each means they're gonna go. They know they're behind, they're gonna go. And they made the right call and they got the kill. Round 2 on Silver Shard Mines. So this one will be interesting. We can talk about decision making and continue to talk about and optimize our positioning as a melee, and hopefully dunk on some people with our combo. Now that we're not fighting, I think I can actually tell you the combo better. It's Avenging Wrath. I kept saying CD. It is Avenging Wrath, Sephirum, Divine Toll, Final Reckoning, and then usually, because of the Divine Toll, you have a Final Verdict immediately, and then you can follow it up with pretty much whatever you want. Your standard combo to get 3 more Holy Power to get another Final Verdict off. That's why I choose to do it the way that I do it, so that way I've already got a Final Verdict ready to go when I use Final Reckoning. So that way it's the maximum amount of Final Reckonings possible, or verdicts possible, with Reckoning up. So we're gonna go ahead and use our Mount Speed Aura. I forget what it's called. I like to use it at the beginning of BGs. Kind of get where we're going. See, what I do is I just want to stay with my team. And see this? They're overextending here. So this is the guy we want to go for. Okay, we're gonna go in, we're gonna stun him, and we're just gonna do our combo. Sephirum, CD, Divine Toll, Final Reckoning, Final Verdict, and then into our Hammer Throw. We're actually gonna die here. So the reason we died there is the team was pushing forward to get and fight on the cart, which is the smart thing to do. As a melee, once again, I'm not infallible. I got a little too targeted onto the hunter, whereas my team was like, let's fight on point, which is what you should do. You should fight on the point. I got targeted on the hunter, focused all of my time on the hunter, and it resulted in my death. Now, this can have multiple problems, not just my death. I'm already not there, which is already one problem. But the other problem is, what if the healer was trying to help me? What if the healer saw me and was like, we've got to help this guy? It would have caused all kinds of issues. Honestly, I kind of wish there was an add-on that could better show you where your allies' positions are. I think an add-on would be a fantastic place to start with that. It would help you learn where to be at. And it might end up giving Blizzard a good idea on where to go. Oh god, I'm gonna die again. It doesn't help that I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this, I have to admit. But if you do know of an add-on that can better show where your allies are, let me know. I would love to know an add-on that does that. Because I even struggle with that in Arena sometimes. Even when I'm healing. I'll be healing and I'm like, man, where the hell's my partner? And he'll just be LOS, and then I gotta figure out why he's LOS, which pillar, and all that kind of stuff. Because there is a lot going on in WoW, and I mean, you've got to get used to it. Alright, let's focus purely on the fight this time. Shut up. I'm gonna focus and actually pay attention here. So the problem with this one is it's 2 hunters. So what you want to do here is basically just try to... So I was going to say stay near the pillar, but I'm also trying to stay on point. Here's a Druid Convoking. I'm going to focus that. We're really low health, and we have our combo ready, so I'm just going to bubble into the combo. Dead. Now we're going to use both our Healthstone and our Vial to get us back up to full. That guy's dead. Don't waste any more damage on him. Freedom ourselves. So this guy has less health. I'm going to swap to him. So now there's 3 left, and I really don't have anything. Everything's on cooldown. There's only 1 partner there who probably can't take these people. So I'm actually going to use this Elemental to get 2 Holy Power and heal myself up a bit. And we aren't going to win that, so I'm actually going to try to get away here and regroup with allies. Instead, I just see more enemies, so that's great. Loving it. Our allies are a bit scattered. We got some coming out of mid here, but it doesn't matter. I'm still dead. There we did our best. We saw that we were in an unwinnable fight. We were going to lose it, so we tried to get out. Unfortunately, we were unable to get out. But the attempt was there. So top, we're going to go ahead and concede. Let's help our ally kill this guy really quick. Kick that. Keep him dead. And now what we need to do, lava looks like it's pretty contested. And middle seems fine. So we're actually going to go try to help our friends over here in lava really quick. We're going to try to stay as adaptable and flexible as possible here. This druid appears to be healing, I would imagine, because it's not a moonkin and it's like casting spells. So unfortunately it did cast thorns, and I was getting attacked by a hunter as well. Man. So in that situation, I think what you would need to do is maybe assess your allies' health before dipping in. There, I think I went into a fight that was already lost. And if I would have known that, I wouldn't have made the decision, right? So that's just kind of my bad. I made a decision based on the knowledge I had, and unfortunately it was just faulty. Right now, it looks like getting lava is going to be impossible and getting top is going to be impossible. So we need to make sure we don't lose mid, I think, is going to be the best goal here. I'm going to wait and not use any cooldowns. We're just going to beat on this guy, make his life a lot harder. He is going to root us, so we'll just freedom ourselves out of that. We'll attack this guy because he's closer. Because right now, we don't really have any way to get a kill. We have a way to apply pressure, but not get a kill. So I'm not going to magnet onto anybody. Not that you should magnet anyway, but especially not now. And then, yeah. So we got the cart, fortunately. However, on this next one, obviously, if we can get 2 carts, that would be preferred. Otherwise, they're going to catch up to us. So let's mount up and head back. And kind of assess the situation. Let's click on this guy so we can see his target. He's attacking this priest that's going to die. You see this? So let's get closer and try to lay on hands this guy. Where is he? Oh, he's up there. There we go. We go ahead and lay on hands him. So now we actually have a chance to take this fight. So we're going to go ahead and freedom. And we're going to do our combo here. I did a little out of order because I didn't have enough for Sephirim, but that's okay. Let's see if we can't kill this healer ASAP. So he's in bear form, unfortunately. Killing a restoration druid who's in bear form that's already at full health is going to be a losing battle. Force him to come out by attacking one of his partners. If you try to kill a restoration druid at full health that is currently in bear form, you're gonna have a bad time. So while we wait to drop combat, that took forever. Let's run forward, and we have top. Top is fine at the moment. What does mid look like? It looks fine. So since we're fine with both, what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna sit here, kind of in the middle, and run away from this frost mage who for some reason doesn't know how to play the game. So people like this exist. It's not the end of the world. You just need to kind of walk away from them if you can. Not all classes are that lucky. It gets very annoying sometimes. But basically just make sure he's not going down either of these ramps and you're fine. I'm just going to build holy power off his pet. There, we're at max holy power now. Looks like maybe a stealther went this way, a hunter camouflaged up, so we'll go up here and make sure that he can't cause any issues. It looks like they're going to kill him though. That's a lot of people on one hunter. Let's just double check top. I don't really think they're going to have trouble with one hunter. This guy cycloned him, not really sure why. I don't think they realize that they only have 1 cart. They're like annoying us, but they don't really seem to know what they want to do here. We got this cart. Yeah, they're not even fighting over it. So we're defending both these carts, and the horde really can't do anything about it. I'm gonna heal this guy up though. I think what they want to do is, oh gosh, I think this guy's gonna die. I'm not a healer, I can only do so much. Let's back up. Let's wait for our guys to get down the tunnels. So, the one thing they did do here, which was okay, I guess, really wasn't that great for them. I'm not sure what the whole plan was there. But they have control of mid now, which, I mean, great for them, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and trinket that fear. But they lost 2 carts because they gained control of mid. And now it's just going to come down to sort of a team fight here. So this is the healer. If I can get close, I'm going to go to that guy. I'm going to shield myself up and just go attack him. He's in cat form. And there's so much fighting going on. This is not someone that's going to be able to stay bear form. Yeah, he's dead. And now just stay with the cart, because that's where your team should be. Remember, we learned our lesson earlier. What happens if you don't stay with the cart. And just kind of be the wall. Be the wall between them and your allies. And just like that, they're backing up. So now we have this one and we have top. Hell, we even have lava. And as long as you have 2, you're fine. Like, this fight is completely irrelevant right now. Top's fine. No one's going top, though, so we might as well defend it. I'm actually amazed we have top, because no one's here. So what I'm going to do, I drop Consecration, just cause, you know, throw it out there, see if we get a stealthy. But always try to stay mounted whenever you can. Repositioning is way quicker when you're on a mount. If you're out of combat, be mounted. Even if you're defending a base. Like, I'm defending a node, still mounted. I think that's something, another thing that a lot of people let go unnoticed or unutilized. I think this is game. I think this is ours. Because if we get water, we might just win. Even if we don't, we still have top. Oh, and that's the win. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Battleground.